What's up, guys? Brand new day. Same stuff. Kinda. So today there's a couple things that I want to achieve. And I hope I can get them done because it's kind of running out of time. This isn't actually the morning. This is kind of midday as I'm recording this. And I was trying to get ahead with my videos and start uploading them a little bit earlier, but it didn't happen. I gotta work on the shop, man. Videos come second. Sorry. Alright, so today we got a couple things going on. First things first, started off this morning with a trip to the big box store and picked up another cabinet in comparison to the one that we got way up front. And when we got that one, which I still have to put the end caps on, but when we got that one, we bought two 30s and a 12, meaning in length on the cabinets. I don't know why, but two 36s did the same thing, essentially. This is all put together, and I actually had it up against here, and realized, because I wasn't going to use this backboard, that all you could see was a bunch of nasty MFD. So we ended up taking my board that we were going to use, RFP, MFD, RFP, PFR, ARF, I don't know. We were going to take this, and this was actually going to be in the back room for the utility sink that I was going to put in there. But didn't end up happening. I ended up using it to cut up, and we're going to put it across here, mostly just to cover up that backboard because that's nasty, and kind of make it a little bit more uniform. So we ripped up some 2x4s, painted them up, threw them on there, and now I actually repainted it real quickly, letting that dry, and then we're going to throw on this board. But something that is going to happen today is we are once and for all going to fix the leaks that have been happening with the storage tanks. It's going to be them or me. You hear that, tanks? It's you or it's me. One of us has got to go. I mean, nobody's going anywhere. I didn't mean that, tank. Don't leave. They're not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. But these leaks need to stop. So you guys had recommended using silicone, and I actually found a pretty helpful video where the gentleman that put the video together struggled to find a lot of information on the subject, and he used silicone and plumber's tape. So we're going to try both methods, test them against each other, fill up these tanks, see if they leak, and if they leak, I'm throwing them out. Done with them. We'll have buckets. I'll just have buckets of water all over the place, and if people want to buy a bucket of water, they can buy a bucket of water. That's what we'll do. But we're going to work on that today, and also I want to paint some more ceiling tiles. I did buy new ceiling tiles for these spots that have been open for a while. I want to get that buttoned up. Really slowly but surely trying to get this place like so you can walk around it and it doesn't look like a construction site. A lot of dry goods going on. I did just place an order for a couple things that I kind of want to have in the store just in case if somebody's having an issue with something. Small order. But we have an order coming tomorrow, and that's going to be about it. Just two more small orders, then I'll be done. I promise. Got some tanks set up here, got some kits going, got kit tanks. I don't have as many aquariums as I'd like to have. I know that I told myself that I was going to be done ordering aquariums for the open, but I feel like I need two more. Just two more. Is that too much? I don't know. But I'm trying to get everything picked up, move things down into the back, also pick up the back, and just kind of the trash needs to get out of here and all that good stuff. So we're going to get working on the water storage tanks. Them guys right there. It's going to happen. We're going to be watertight. It's happening. That, or I'm just going to headbutt them until they submit. See the size of this head? So we're going to work on that, and let's get after it. Alright, so I know that this stuff is supposed to be glued, but I'm going to drill it in. Be okay with that. That's how you do it, folks, right there. Next up on Jeff's old house. Alright, so we got the board on there, all trimmed out. Now it's time to put the cabinets back in place. And once this is back in place, it's time to move on to the water storage tanks and get them sealed up and hopefully holding water here pretty soon. Alright, it's time to settle this. So a couple of you had suggested using silicone. This is silicone 1, which is considered to be reef safe. Silicone 2 is not considered to be reef safe. To whom is providing that information, I don't really know, but that's what the internet says. So this is silicone 1, that's where you find it right there. What I'm going to be doing is I'm not going to rebuild this unit at all, because for the most part this has been pretty solid for me. When I originally was thinking, rethinking this anyways, I thought that this male portion might have been too short, so I went looking for a longer male portion to put into the bulkhead. But what I want to do is this method that I saw this gentleman use. A few of you recommended silicone. I watched this video where this gentleman used silicone and tape. So we're going to try that method now. He had a smaller tube, so it was a little bit more usable for him. So there's potential of me making a mess with what I got going on. But basically what he does is he takes the silicone and he makes 3 beads along the threaded part. He does one on the top, one in the middle, one on the bottom. And he goes through and he wraps 5 times around the top end and then the bottom end, and then goes back in and does more silicone. What ends up happening is the unit doesn't go all the way in, and the silicone ends up pushing out, and then he just kind of uses that excess to cleanly seal the edge. I'm probably not going to do the 5 wraps. Most of you have said that silicone all in itself is going to work, but I'm going to try this method against just a straight silicone on the other one and see if that actually fixes the leak. So I'm going to put my 3 beads, wrap it in tape, and then put 2 beads towards the front, and then we'll start putting it in the bulkhead. We got that. Now we're going to put on our plumber's tape going with the thread. It's going to be hard to film this, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it, and I'll come right back. I just got silicone on the camera. Sweet. Alright, so now what we're going to do is put our 2 beads on and then screw it in. Alright, so we're going to give that overnight, and then we'll test it tomorrow with running some RO water. Hoping this is going to do it. We'll see. So for the other tank, I'm actually just going to use straight silicone and see if that actually works better than this. I'm actually surprised that I was even able to get that fitting on there with the amount of stuff that was in there. But we'll do the silicone and tape method on this one, and then we'll do the straight silicone on the other one. The issue with this, it hasn't been that, you know, it's just a bad tape job right from the beginning. It's when the pressure in the tank builds up. So these are the biggest tanks I've ever owned, and I have never had as much trouble as I have ever had with these two tanks. And it seems like, you know, this one was probably the worst of them, but like this second tank was completely fine. I even did a video on it. I'm like, yeah, it's fixed. All right, good job. And it literally hit 200 gallons and then started to leak. So hopefully we're at a point now where this is just going to be resolved. We're trying out the silicone method. We're going to let that set up and dry overnight, and then we'll run tomorrow. We're going to go ahead, unthread the second one and do just straight silicone on that guy and see how that works out. So we'll test them, and if I gotta, you know, rip one apart and do it again, try it out, then that's what we'll have to do. But eventually, hopefully, we'll get to a place where this is just done. I feel like there's like a de-evolution. Like if you go back to like day one of the daily videos and then where we're at now, it feels like the mask is slipping a little bit. Yesterday I was talking to protein skimmers. Today I threatened to kick out my storage tanks. Whatever. Alright, so we did some stuff today. I didn't get half of what I wanted to get done. We got this in place. That's all good. Actually, and I didn't really talk about what the purpose of this was going to be. So I'm going to have a live food section. It's probably not how I should carry that. And I'm going to build a little shelf. I'm going to go across the top there. And I'm going to have these filled up with brine shrimp, phytoplankton, that whole deal. I'll have a little shelf going on there, and people can make their own little reef slurry to bring home for their reef tank, and feed their reef tank some fresh live foods from the shop. So that's what we're going to be doing here. It's also going to serve pretty good for the freshwater system as well, bagging stuff up for customers. We've got RO running in the water storage tanks. Hopefully when we come in tomorrow, we're nice and dry, so we'll give you guys an update on that. And just working on stuff, getting stuff done. I did spend some time back here today trying to get the quarantine system prepped. You can see my stack of heaters there. I believe in that box over there is my sponge filters. I want to get these going. I was pretty thankful. Something actually really good happened today. The vendor who I bought the fish from reached out. I think it's just kind of their process. They'll call you if they haven't heard from you or you haven't ordered any fish in a while. And I didn't complain when I got the delivery of fish, even though that some of them were obviously not in good shape when I got them. And I didn't really follow the process of reporting dead on arrival or anything like that. So I was just going to take the hit on it, and you know, obviously set up my quarantine system. So in the future, you know, I can make every attempt to, you know, make sure that I'm selling healthy fish to the customers that are going to be purchasing them. And my sales rep for the company, you get like assigned a sales rep, and they called. They kind of mentioned, you know, there's quite a few of them that I received that were pretty sick and weren't in great shape. Like I had fish that I received that had ick. And then I think, you know, through the process of adding the fish all at one time and using only a handful of nets, that kind of transferred ick amongst the fish. And, you know, it is what it is. But they gave me a credit, pretty sizable credit on that delivery. You know, I didn't recoup all of my losses on it, but I think it's a pretty good gesture. Because some of the fish that I got from them are absolutely amazing. I don't want to just like, done with you, but At least they did something for me and helped me out a little bit, especially being, you know, starting out. Like, it would be one thing if I'd been up and running for a while and I'm not doing things that I should be doing or whatever, but good things, good things, good things. So pretty happy with that. But guys, yeah, so tomorrow we're going to get in here. We will be doing story time. We'll be talking about the name of the store. We're going to release the website, and I'll give you an update on the storage tank, see if I'm going to be kicking them to the curb. That's going to do it for this one, guys. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you're part of the 54% of people that watch these videos that are not subscribed, come on, man. It's free. Help the channel out. Let's make sure these daily videos are not made in vain. Hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you guys. See you tomorrow right here. Brand new video.